One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth. We had a promise made, 4 hands and then away. Both under influence, we had divine sense to know what to say. Mind is a razor blade to call for hands of above, to lean on. Would it be good enough for me now? One night of magic rush, the start a simple touch. One night to push and scream, and then relief. 10 days of perfect tunes, the colors red and blue. We had a promise made, we were in love. To call for hands of above, to lean on. Would it be good enough for me now? To call for hands of above, to lean on. Would it be good enough? And you knew the hand of the devil.
Am I loud and clear, or am I breaking up? Am I still your charm, or am I just bad luck? Are we getting closer, or are we just getting more lost? I'll show you mine if you show me yours first. Let's compare scars, I'll tell you whose is worse. Let's unwrite these pages and replace them with our own words. We live on front porches and swing life away. We get by just fine here on minimum wage. If love is a labor, I'll slave till the end. I won't cross these streets until you hold my hand. I've been here so long, think that it's time to move. The winter's so cold, summer's over too soon. Let's pack our bags and settle down where palm trees grow. I've got some friends, some that I hardly know, but we've had some times I wouldn't trade for the world. We chase these days down with talks of the places that we will go.
Shelby, come here. You good? Come on. One at a time.
Welcome, everyone. I'd like to ask you all to refrain from using cell phones and cameras during the wedding ceremony. Shelby and Steve have a photographer and a videographer and prefer to see all of your beautiful faces instead of your electronic devices. Thank you. We are gathered here today in the presence of friends and loved ones to celebrate one of life's greatest moments, to give recognition to the worth and beauty of love, and to add our best wishes and blessings to the words which shall unite Shelby and Steve in holy matrimony today. You may be seated. Friends and family, we are not here to mark the start of a relationship. We are here to recognize a very special bond that already exists. Shelby and Steve have joined themselves together, and we have gathered so that they might bear witness before us of the oneness that has grown up between them. Today they will affirm their willingness and desire to enter into marriage, thus publicly and formally claiming the one life their love has built. As they now exist as one in their own eyes, so may they exist in ours. Shelby and Steve, as the two of you come into this marriage, uniting you as husband and wife, and as you this day affirm your faith and love for one another, I would ask that you always remember to cherish each other as special and unique individuals, that you respect the thoughts, ideas, and suggestions of one another. Be able to forgive, do not hold grudges, and do your best to offer unconditional love to one another, as from this day forward you shall be each other's home, comfort, and refuge. Who gives Shelby to Steve to be married today?
Her family and I do.
Thank you. Family and friends, Shelby and Steve have invited us here today to share in their joy of the love they have for one another. We are their community and therefore their support. We are the ones they will come to for advice. I'd like to ask you all here today to be a support system for Shelby and Steve as they grow into their marriage. If you are willing to do so, please respond, "We do."
We do.
When two people are meant for each other, no time is too long, no distance is too far, and no person can keep them apart. They become part of each other, whether they are physically together or not. Their emotions, thoughts, and lives have become so entwined that it would seem impossible to survive without one another. Just like a tree depending on its roots to collect enough water and nutrients to provide the energy to grow and thrive. I'd like to invite Shelby and Steve to take part in a unity tree planting ceremony to symbolize the roots of their relationship and the continued growth of their love as they become each other's family today. Shelby and Steve, today you stand before us ready to share the rest of your lives together as a married couple. But long before today, your parents provided you with a foundation of love and caring, which has always brought you to this point. Shelby and Steve's mothers started this process by adding a scoop of soil to symbolize their childhood homes, where they were raised, and they will now finish this process of uniting their lives together. The soil symbolizes their individual families, the years of love and support they have received that have helped them shape who they are today, a man and a woman who are ready to be committed in a loving marriage of their own. Would you please add your soil to the tree? Love is the essence of human experience and emotion. It is the root of all and everything we as humans do. Love enriches our experience and fills our lives with meaning. It gives us a firm base from which to grow, to learn, and to change. I'd like to share a reading from Captain Corelli's mandolin about love and growing together in a relationship. Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part, because that is what love is. Love is not breathless. It is not excitement. It is not the promulgation of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love has burned away. And that is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground. And when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from the branches, they find that they have become one tree and not two. Let your relationship and your love for each other be just like this tree you plant today. Let it grow tall and strong. Let it stand tall during the harsh winds and rains and storms and come through unscathed. Like a tree, your marriage must be resilient. It must weather the challenges of daily life and the passage of time. And just like the tree you're planting, marriage requires constant nurturing and nourishment. Shelby and Steve, would you please water your tree? Perfect. Remember to nourish each other with words of encouragement, trust, and love. This is needed on a daily basis so you each can grow and reach your fullest potential, just like this tree. Sorry, that sun's in my eye. It's good, yeah. Shelby and Steve, I would ask that you both remember to treat yourselves and each other with respect and remind yourself often of what brought you here today. Give the highest priority to the tenderness, gentleness, and kindness that your marriage deserves. When frustration and difficulty overwhelm your marriage, as they do to every relationship at one time or another, focus on what still seems right between you instead of the part that seems wrong. This way, when the clouds of trouble hide the sun in your lives, and you lose sight of it for a moment, you can remember that the sun is still there, just like your love for each other. And if each of you will take responsibility for the quality of your lives together, your marriage shall be marked by abundance and joy. Before the family and friends you have assembled here today, I'd like to ask you each to affirm your willingness to enter into this covenant of marriage and to share all the joys and sorrows of this new relationship, whatever the future may hold. Steve, will you have Shelby to be your wife, and will you love her faithfully as long as you both shall live? If so, please respond, I will.
I will.
Shelby, will you have Steve to be your husband, and will you love him faithfully as long as you both shall live? If so, please respond, I will.
I will.
May I have the rings? Thank you. These rings are circles, symbols that remind us of the sun and the earth and the universe, symbols of holiness, of perfection and peace, that which has no beginning and no end. And so in this moment, bring your blessing to these rings to also be symbols of unity, of joining, and of commitment. Grant that the love which Shelby and Steve have for each other may always be just this way. Steve, please take Shelby's ring and place it on her finger. Shelby and Steve have written their own vows to one another, and I'd like to invite Steve to share his with Shelby first.
Shelby, I love you. You're my best friend, and today I'm more than excited to marry you. I wasn't sure if it was possible to meet a girl who was positive, energetic, adventurous, thoughtful and beautiful, that also loves snowboarding as much as I do. I've met my dream girl, and you've surpassed all of my expectations. I've never had any doubts about marrying you, and I'm confident that in years to come, we'll be that elderly couple still in love and still snowboarding together. It's going to be quite the adventure, and there's no one else I could imagine doing it with.
Your hand with the ring and repeat after me. Shelby, I give you this ring
Shelby, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love and commitment.
as a symbol of my love and commitment.
Shelby, go ahead and place Steve's ring on his finger. And now I'd like to invite you to share your vows with Steve.
Steve, when I first met you, I felt like I had known you forever. I instantly felt at ease and comfortable being around you and trusting you. I believe that's the way it should feel when you meet the person you're meant to spend your life with. Calm, no anxiety, no agitation. Not only do I know we're meant for each other, I feel it. I know that from this moment forward, time will start to speed up, and I promise to focus on every moment and find gratitude every single day onwards. Starting with the fact I'm so immensely blessed to have experienced a love so real. Every day I fall in love with you even more. My love for you is infinite and eternal. From the good times to the bad times, I will be with you the whole way.
Take Steve's hand and repeat after me. Okay. Steve, I give you this ring
Steve, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love and commitment.
as a symbol of my love and commitment.
Shelby and Steve, we, your family and friends, wish for you the very best. We wish that you be filled with joy and that love abide with you always. May the two of you respect each other like honored guests. May you always see heart to heart. May fragrant flowers bloom in your backyard and the full moon shine over your home. And may your joy and happiness last forever. I now pronounce you husband and wife. Congratulations, you may kiss the bride. Until we do the photo, okay? Nope, yeah, wait here. As I present to you Shelby and Steve, I'd like you all to turn back and look up above you at the photographer for a group shot. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Steve Trevelyan. Please rise as the couple departs.